Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game, I'm playing a free-for-all match on the map Hamburger Hill. I'm starting in the bottom middle position and playing as the Soviets. Now this position is quite a tricky one if you're playing a free-for-all match. And the reason is if there's a person in the bottom right, they have access to pure gems at the start, because they've just got like a big patch of just gems. Whereas starting in the bottom middle, you start next to a gem and ore patch, so that gives the person on the right the economic advantage, and quite often there's a battle very early on, where the person on the bottom right will take out the bottom middle player. So it depends on how well they know this map, and how well they know common strategy. However, if the bottom middle person does survive, then you do get, it's quite a good position, because you do have a good expansion points where you can expand to different ore patches. Although maybe not great for a free-for-all match, because being at a good expansion point where you can expand to different parts of the map means that people can come from at you easily from different parts of the map. So I guess that's one of the disadvantages of it. Right, so you can see I'm just trying to mine as many gems as I can off that ore patch early on. And you can see all my infantry are to the right. I'm not focusing that much on doing any scouting or defending to the left. Now, there is a player who plays in the bottom left, or there is a space in the bottom left if there's anyone there. But that they're often more concerned about the play in the middle left. So I'm not going to be expecting an attack from them early on. That's not to say it will never happen, because sometimes it will. But you can see I'm really needing to get those infantry out. And I am going for quite an economic start, even though, like, I do have to defend from this team on the right. And that's just because it's I just can't afford to not in this match. And we can see from this play here, they're building a lot of infantry, so it does indicate to me that I will get away with building like 2 ore trucks and then going on to tanks. For example, if I'd seen light tanks queuing up there, then I probably would have cancelled the 3rd ore truck and gone for tanks instead. You can see that Yellow's made his way into my base, and that's Nose who's playing as the ally, so I'll have to watch out for him. And I'm going to have to be quite careful here, because Nose could well get like maybe 5 light tanks and just go for a construction yard dive. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build a large power plant, and then I'm going to build a Tesla coil, because Tesla coils do very, very well when you're fighting light tanks. So I'm going to need to watch out for that. And right at this moment, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a bit more visibility on that left side. So if anyone does come, I could just have a bit more notice, rather than them being right at my base before I can see anything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that Tesla coil sort of like in the middle, like of my base, sort of like between like the war factory, the ore refinery and the construction yard, so it defends as much as possible. And yeah, you can just see I'm bringing a couple of infantry around, like doing a bit of scouting now. And we can see it's actually red in the bottom left position, so I don't think yellow are going to attack early on, because they're probably in the middle left, judging from the direction they came to my base from. And we can see there's no player in the middle as well. So this match is starting to look a little bit better for me now. And we are getting that 3rd war factory down. And what I'm going to do when I build that 3rd war factory, I'm immediately going to get 2 ore trucks out of there, because it increases building speed, but you need to get the ore to match it. And now I'm going to go for the attack on his player. He's got the Tesla coil right at the front of his base, so that's going to go down very quickly. And now we're going to try and squash a lot of those troops with our tanks. And he's responded now. So it's just a case of who can micro the tanks the best, and the infantry as well, I guess. And this is looking like a good fight for us. We managed to outnumber the tanks, and it looks like we're going to be able to clear them quite early on. And being able to clear them is going to put us in a very, very good position, a very strong position. So we're just taking out that war factory, and I think he might have only had possibly only 1 war factory, I don't know, I can't see any more for the time being. I'm also going to take out the barracks, so we can't build any more infantry. And yeah, that's going well for us. He does have another war factory. I guess at this stage in the game you are going to have a couple of war factories at least, or even 3 war factories as I have. And we'll take that one out also. And you can see he had a lot of ore trucks on that gem patch, so because that's where that ore refinery is. So those gems are probably all gone by now, I think. And he's tapped out. So that's Cyan out of the game. And it looks a lot better for us. But what we can see is green has expanded to the middle part of the map. So it's really important that we get rid of this straight away, because green will now have access to gems, and we don't want that. We want to get rid of green, get him out of the middle of the map, because if he gets gems, he will be able to build up really quickly, especially because that's outside base. And it looks like we're going to be able to clear up those 2 ore refineries. We can see he's building tanks because he's got an extra war factory there, so we'll get rid of that war factory as well. And this is going to hurt green economically because he's invested quite a lot in this little outside base here, and it's all gone. We're going to take a little bit of a risk as well. What we're going to do is we're going to build 2 MCVs of my own, because what I can see is my opponents are building MCVs. And if they're building MCVs, that means they're going to be able to build buildings a lot quicker, and I don't want to fall behind because of that. So it's a bit of a risky strategy, especially at this time. I was probably expecting actually a bigger green army to come out of the base, but it looks like we're okay for now, so building the MCVs was definitely the correct choice. And what it'll do is it does allow us to expand a lot quicker, a lot faster. And you can see one of the good things about defeating the opponents next to you very early on is that you're able to use their ore. And we can see red's just sitting there at the moment. Orange has also been defeated. I'm going to guess that's probably by Nose, who will probably now go for the red team. And now we're just like pushing upwards. And getting this middle position is very significant, because it is next to that gem patch, and that's going to really give us a good economy boost. So we can see that green have sort of like made the base here now, and they've got quite a lot of tanks and some Tesla as well. And tanks and Tesla tend to be quite strong. They've got some Tesla further back as well, which makes it a bit more tricky. But we just have to see if we have the tank numbers to be able to pull this off at this time. Because what we want to do is we want to limit the ore loss in this part of the map as much as possible, because that could be our ore, which will help us in our building of more and more tanks. And we've managed to destroy both the all the buildings in that part from green, and we're just getting rid of those tanks. And it seems like we've had a pretty simple cleanup so far. And what I'm doing now is I'm just continuing to build. I'm also placing some Teslas down, just in case I get attacked by another player, because at any time the left side of the map could be cleared up, and then they could come attacking from that side straight away. So it's important that I'm well defended as we prepare for an attack on green. Now green's quite a good defensive position, I would say. Because they just have a lot of narrow points leading into green's base, so it does give them a bit of a defender's advantage. But we have managed to take out a lot of tanks away from the base, which is that's worked well, definitely worked well in our favour. And we could see someone sending a scout there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build some more Tesla coils, just for a bit of defence. And we're going on for the attack for green. We'll see how strong they are at the moment. I'm expecting Tesla and tanks, and let's see, we're able to push them back. And we can see that yellow's actually tapped out. Nose has been beaten. So we're going to need to, what we're going to need to do at the moment is we're going to need to clear green very quickly, because red could come for the attack at any time. Because usually when you defeat a player on your side of the map and there's only 2 players left, you want to attack the other 2 players before they finish, well, as soon as they finish fighting, or sometimes before they finish fighting. And we can see that green is selling off. He said good game, so I'm expecting reds to come very quickly. And we can see there's some red tanks there, as expected. And we're going to... Only 4 though. So that's really good. That's okay, we can deal with that. That's no problem at all. I just need to make sure I have enough power though. Because Tesla coils are no good without any power. Yeah, we've got the power back, and those Tesla coils will make light work. And they almost got that ore truck, but that ore truck just survived. And it doesn't look like it's going to be too much of an issue, because you can see our ore reserves are absolutely massive. Really what I should have done is I should have built an extra war factory at this point. Now we're going to go on the attack. And we've got a money box as well. But I guess money's not an option at this stage. It's right. We can see we're going to need to pull back here. Because that is like a death trap. Tesla and tanks together. And we could see he had quite a big army there. So I think I know what I'm going to do here. What I'm going to probably do is, because his base is quite close to mine. So what I'm going to do, I'm just getting an extra, you might think, why am I getting an extra ore refinery? I'm going to do something that's quite expensive. I'm sort of going to do like a base crawl. So I'm going to get some more MCVs to increase my building speed. And then I'm going to be building lots and lots of Tesla and sort of like crawl my way into his base. Because this is sort of like a base camper, where he's got like an amazing defensive position. We're going to see how much is expanded. But it's sort of like a death trap trying to just attack him with just tanks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Well, I could get a huge army of tanks, I guess. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a base crawl. Because he's going to give me like the option, because he's not going to attack me. He's just going to give me the option to build up MCVs, get extra construction yards, and increase my building speed. And... the thing is, he's not going to be able to do the same as me, because where he's located, you can see he's located to a very localised position. It's only in the bottom left. And the thing is, he could build extra MCVs, but he's not going to have the economy to support building like very, very quickly, which he's going to need to if he's going to defend against this. So you can see I'm just placing loads of power plants down at the moment. I don't want the same thing to happen that happened before, where I lost power. And what I'm going to do, I'm sort of going to place a Tesla defensive wall. And I'm just going to slowly make my way over. And you can see I've just used those paratroopers just to get a good look at what was above, because I wanted to know if he'd expanded all up the left side of the map. Although it appears he hasn't. And we can see actually where his base finishes at the top there. So he is very, very condensed in that position. I'm just moving this that MCV to a closer position, and you can just see I'm slowly building Tesla, because if he comes on the attack, the Tesla from behind are going to be able to help. What he probably should do at this stage is build a rocket launcher, because they can fire out of the range of Tesla. Oh, you can see he's got rocket launchers as well, so that's going to provide some problems for myself. Yeah, and he's using them to good effect. He's lost one, but it looks like that Tesla's going to go down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the attack now. As you can see, more rocket launchers are joining the fight, but I've managed to place that Tesla down. So I've got some Tesla in the battle as well. It's not just my opponent, but he's got 3 at the moment, but I will be building more as the fight continues. And we're going to try and get rid of those Tesla coils if we can. And we can see they're starting to go down now. And then the fight is looking very good for us. We've got 2 Tesla, and that Tesla looks like it's going to go down. Possibly. Oh no, it's just survived. And we're going to be able to take that Tesla down, no problem. And this fight is looking very, very good for us at the moment. And you can see we've got right access into their base, because although the Tesla's on the outside of the base, it's not on the inside. And this is going to look like it's going to be very much good game in the not too distant future. And you can see, yeah, he sort of had like 3 Tesla on the right side of his base, which was sort of like a choke point, and he had 4 Tesla at the top of his base. So the defense was like quite good, but as I say, if you base crawl in yourself, you have your own Tesla to help you out here. And now I've got like Tesla like inside his base, so it's an absolute nightmare position for him to be in now, because any tanks he's bringing to fight mine, not only is he fighting my own tanks, he's also having to fight the Tesla that I'm placing down at the same time. And I think as soon as the tanks come out, they're going to be attacked now. Yeah, you can see they're in range of that Tesla coil. And what we're doing now is we're destroying the power plants, these large power plants, because these large power plants are powering the Tesla at the front of his base. So I'm going to take out his power plants first, and then I'm going to look at trying to just destroy those Tesla coils right at the end. And you could say, you could call good game at any time right now. So yeah, if you're fighting the free-for-all, expansion's always good. It can mean you get into more fights early on. But if you stay just like base camped in like a location, it means you don't have access to that much ore. And what that means is even though you can build up an army, it's not going to be that large. So that's the problem with red. He's got, like, yeah, he had a great defensive position, but I was able to, like, expand out to different ore patches. And you can see my ore reserves are absolutely huge. I could have really done with having a couple more MCBs, a couple more construction yards, and another war factory, just using up that ore. But as you can see, it's pretty much a good game. So yeah, if you wanted to, I mean, that's the thing, yeah, you managed to survive till the end, but what you should have done as well is as soon as Giuliano, as soon as Green called good game, he should have gone straight on the attack with everything he had at that point. And as you can see, that's his last building, so that is good game. Right, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.